2 weeks from tomorrow, President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. His inauguration day will look drastically different than presidents past, including a historically crowd-lined ride from the Capitol down Pennsylvania Avenue that will be replaced by a virtual parade. What's that going to look like? Our next guest knows all about those plans as the co-chair of President-elect Biden's Presidential Inaugural Committee. Joining us now, the third-ranking Democrat in the United States House of Representatives, Majority Whip Jim Clyburn. He's also chairman of the House Select Committee on the Coronavirus Crisis, which we will get to in just a moment. But first, thanks very much for joining us again. Happy New Year. How else will this inaugural celebration be different this time around?
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's going to be very, very different, but I do believe it'll be very, very appreciated. So many people that I've heard from were really impressed by the way we conducted our national convention, which was virtually done, and they felt real good about it. So we're going to try to replicate that in this instance, and I think that people will be very pleased with it. People know that when this inauguration is over, we want to have a pursuit of what I call to get beyond this so-called this pandemic that is really haunting this country in a very unique way. And we do not want to contribute to that at all. So we don't want this inauguration to be a super spreader. We are going to do it in such a way that people will be around a year from now to celebrate the great accomplishments of this new administration.
Congressman, as you say, Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th president of the United States 2 weeks from tomorrow. But tomorrow, on January the 6th, some of your colleagues in Congress, House of Representatives, some senators as well, have said they will rise in objection to the certification of the Electoral College. What would you say to those colleagues, some of them incoming, some of them members you've worked with over the years who are planning to do that tomorrow?
Well, I would say to them to remember that this country's greatness depends in large measure upon how we go about our business of protecting the integrity of this democracy. And what they're doing could very well cross the line and in many ways could threaten the future of this country's greatness. I've always adhered to Alexis de Tocqueville's notion that our nation is great, not because we are more enlightened than any other nation, but rather because we have always been able to repair our faults. And when we see faults in our electoral system, whatever it might be, we should go about the business of repairing those faults, not trying to circumvent them, or not trying to replace our own feelings for what people may have done on election day. So I would say to them, be careful and be dignified, and let's make sure that when it's all said and done, the American people will feel that we have acted in the best interest of preserving this great democracy.
Jim, obviously, the margin between Democrats and Republicans much smaller than it was last session of Congress when it was hard to get things done. What do you hope to see this Democratic Congress accomplish over the next 2 years, partnering with Republicans? Because obviously, you're going to have to figure out a way to partner with some Republicans to pass meaningful legislation simply because the margin is so small.
Yes, the margin is smaller, but I think last year we had difficulty, not so much because of the size of our caucus, but as you know, there was some transition taking place in the American electorate, and people needed to get to know each other. And I think we've done a pretty good job of getting to know each other. And I think that was demonstrated when we had our organization on Sunday. A lot of people thought that there would be a lot of cantankerousness, and we did not have that. we really had a very good organization, and we demonstrated the unity of our caucus. And I think this caucus has gotten to know each other, and I do believe we're going to have a much more efficient operation going forward.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.